Yes, you have the potentials. Yes, you're capable, but why are you stuck? Perhaps because you have not moved your potential energy to kinetic energy. The main difference between potential and kinetic energy is that one is the energy of what can be and one is the energy of what is. In other words, potential energy is stationary, with stored energy to be released, while kinetic energy is energy in motion, actively using energy for movement. Moving on, permit me to say you're welcome to Inspo with your inspirational podcast hub. Do well to like, subscribe if you haven't, and share your opinion on today's topic in the comment section. In this episode titled Move, we'll explore the power of taking that next step, moving carefully to the next phase of your journey. Reminiscing over what a clergyman, Reverend E.C. Anyanwu, used to tell the youths back in the days during the Singles Fellowship. Don't remain a baby or bubble potential, he'd say. It's time to move on to baby or bubble kinetic. He was tired of hearing the youths constantly reply to him that their plans were in the pipelines. Bringing in physics lesson, he explained that having potentials is not the ultimate, as they needed to take the next move towards commitment and initiate a purposeful and dynamic relationship. Embracing the move. Reality check, whether we move or not. Time is moving. The world is moving. Ain't no stopping for nobody. Yes, it can be scary to take the first step into the unknown. What if you fall? What if you fail? What if you're not good enough? But what if you succeed? What if you discover a new passion or talent? Breaking down barriers. So what's holding you back from moving to that next phase of your journey? Is it fear, self-doubt, or uncertainty? Whatever it is, it's time to break down those barriers and take action. Start small and take calculated risks, and trust that you'll learn and grow along the way. Now here's my real life story. I was denied admission into primary school back in the 80s because I was not yet 6 years old. This was in January. The headmaster did not even believe that I would turn 6 in June of that same year, considering my petite stature. I had to wait for a year to reapply. I cried and pestered my mom so much that she decided to enroll me in a lesson, aka Paco School, for a preschool experience. My cousins and neighbors' kids were also enrolled just to get us all out of the house for a while. A caregiver was assigned to drop us off at 7:30 a.m. and pick us up by 12 noon. One fateful day, the caregiver didn't realize that the clock had stopped ticking, battery flat, while she took a nap to catch her breath. Meanwhile, we had closed by 12 noon and were waiting. By 1 p.m. we were very hungry, our snacks and water exhausted, no money on us to buy snacks. The cleaner to lock up the lesson center became concerned. There were no mobile devices to reach out to our caregiver. I didn't know what happened. I decided to make a move. I don't know if it was the hunger pangs or the curious cat in me or the adventurous Dora inside of me. I confidently told the cleaner not to worry, that I knew the way home and I could leave the other 3 children safely home in a 15 minutes walk. I stood up. I saw the fear in the eyes of my cousin. I saw their hesitation, but I cared less. Dished out instructions. Everybody put on your backpack. No talking to strangers on the way. No playing. Just listen to what I have to tell you. Follow my instructions if you know you want to get home and eat. That day, the motorists were unusually considerate when they saw us waiting to cross the road. With this, our trip was very smooth. by the time the caregiver realized that something was amiss, because that was the third time she continued napping and the clock was still reading the same time. She jumped out hurriedly only to meet us at the gate. The neighbors around celebrated me like a soldier who led his troop back from the war. I got extra snacks and applause. From that day, my confidence to lead the others home escalated, and I swung into action anytime our caregiver was under the weather. Take the leap. Taking the leap is often the hardest part, but it's also the most rewarding. When you take action, you'll begin to build momentum and confidence. You learn to trust yourself and your abilities, and you start to see progress towards your goals. So what's next for you? What's that next phase of your journey? Take a deep breath. Trust yourself and take that leap. You got this. You have the power to create the life you want, and it starts with you taking that next step. Let's do this. Move confidently to your next phase. Dynamite.